Okay, as we move on to the agenda, are there any changes to the agenda?
Mr. Chairman, I'm confused. Which agenda are we going by? We've had 4 agendas this Friday. Which one are we going by?
Well, I was under the assumption that one in the book was correct, but I'm looking at it now, and there's been a splosh application with the city of Ward that is not on there. And
It was on the Friday.
I don't know how it got taken off.
I don't know either.
I didn't take it off.
I didn't take it off either, so.
I don't know where it went to, but it was not taken off. When I saw Friday, it had it on there.
So which agenda are we going to go by?
Well, this one in the book was supposed to be the correct one, but apparently the splosh application for City of Ward was left off, and it needs to be added back on under new business.
Let's go by the one in the book and make adjustments to the agenda.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we add under new business under item 3, splosh application for the renovation of the Ward public safety building.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Mr. Chairman, I have another one. Under personnel considerations, the Board of Commissioners office, Public Works, and the Tax Assessor's office, we have to make motions on this. It's not just an acknowledgement, the board has to take action on this. The constitutional officers, they do their thing, they just sit up and acknowledge. But we do have to take action on this up here.
Okay. So moved. Okay, that's so moved. Okay, as we move forward, so is that on this page?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with corrections.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, as we move on, the approval of the minutes for September 24th, October 1, October 10, and October 24th. Has everybody had an opportunity to read those minutes and make their corrections and so forth?
Mr. Chairman, I made some, but I didn't get through.
You made enough to where we can approve them. Okay, which ones have you not?
I haven't done the call meeting. I saw some misspelled words in there. I just glanced over it. That was the one on October 10th. And on the call meeting on October 24th, there's still some corrections to be made.
Did you send those corrected minutes out? Okay.
I called in some yesterday, what, 10 minutes after 4?
10 minutes after 4, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what minutes can we approve of this move?
Table it.
All right, we'll table approval of the minutes until the November 21st meeting. Okay, as we move forward with the agenda, is there anything else that one has comment on? As we move forward with our agenda, We have some guest speakers this morning. Mr. Shabbat.
Good morning.
Mr. Shabbat, did you have 2 minutes to make your statements, and the decorum of this board will be observed, please, sir?
And you know what I would like to talk about today is I've been coming to these meetings for a little bit now, and they do get kind of mixed up and confusing. I think you know, we need to go back to a workshop. The people need to be part and to know what we're voting on and what we're not. The motions don't tell the whole story that we have here. I think there used to be workshops here that were very informative. The people had say in it and all. And then when something comes up, when you go to the meeting to vote for it, the people understand what's going on and know what's happening. I don't think right now it's that way. It's not that way to me anyway. I have no idea sometimes on some of the motions what we're talking about, what's going on. So I think it would be a good thing to have a workshop to where the people can be involved in what's going on, because you people up here actually work for us, people of the county, and we have a right to understand and know what's going on and ask questions about everything. So, you know, that's what I have for today, because right now it's just, you know, it gets to be a mess in here, and I think it'll help us with our meetings some when we have that, and we'll know what we're doing when we come into our regular monthly meetings, because right now sometimes we come in on the monthly meetings and it's a joke, in my opinion. So, you know, if we can have some workshops, workshop before the meeting, that would work out great for the public and the people to be involved in what's going on here in this county. So that's really all I have today. Wanted to bring that up, and I think it's something that should be thought about, and we should try to do. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Shabbat, we used to have workshop meetings on the first Tuesday. And that's when all our department heads are in their departments and everything. We have questions, we can come up with. I agree we need to have a workshop. I don't know if it needs to be on Tuesday or Thursday or Wednesday or when. I don't have a problem. I'll make my schedule to do a workshop.
Well, it doesn't, you know, the day doesn't matter. You know, it's just that we need to have the people of Worth County involved in what's going on and ask questions, so we understand totally when you make a motion, you know, what you're talking about. So that's
We do
what.
have a scheduled workshop following this meeting to discuss the LMIG project. So, you know, we'll take a break at the end of this meeting, and we will have the workshop after it.
Okay, but what I'm talking about too is we should have a workshop on what's going to be on the agenda, so everybody knows when we come out here, we don't sit here and act like, you know, everybody don't know what's going on. You know, this is a workshop that'll help you people and help us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. Mr. Cash? You have 2 minutes, Mr. Cash.
I have a couple of things that I needed to bring up. It's more concerning the community center. I'd intended to bring this up on the 17th, October 17th meeting, but due to illnesses, we had to cancel that meeting. On the second page there that I just gave you under the rules of renting the center, that last paragraph, if the reason for using the center is for county business and is county-wide, then a request for waiver of that rental fee may be done. And so this morning, I'm requesting a waiver of that fee, because what we use the center for, November the 1st, was for county business, and it was for county-wide participation. I'd like to ask, in the expediency of the thing, if you would this morning, to have an up or down vote. Either say, yes, you can waive the fees, or no, you can't. Whichever. Second thing, Friday, November the 1st, when we went to the center, we went out there under the rules of returning the center back to the county in the same condition that we got it. When we arrived out there, the place was absolutely filthy. I don't know who used it last. It wasn't in my knowledge. But the building and the grounds were covered in litter, plastic bags, cigarette butts. Inside the building, immediately in the foyer, there was enough loose dirt there on the tile to fill 4 dustpans. And the floor tiles had real heavy black marks. I don't think they've ever been cleaned up. The immediate carpet upon entering had dirt and small bits of paper scattered all over the floor. Upon entering the main assembly room, there were bits of paper, dirt, and what appeared to be Kleenex torn into dime-sized bits of paper scattered all over the room. And up front of the room, there was what appeared to be tiny chips of dried paint or possibly clay scattered heavily around the floor and against the front wall. The deep sink room for cleaning pots and pans had grease all over the floor. This was cooking grease. And the sinks were all greasy. The restrooms were filthy. 2 of the commodes had body waste standing in them. Toilet papers were, only a couple had toilet paper in them, and when we attempted to replace the toilet paper, the holders are broken and won't hold it. We did place toilet rolls in there anyway, and I flushed those commodes to be sure they weren't stocked up. Trash cans hadn't been emptied. There was trash in the cans and the bags. The kitchen counters and the warmers don't look like they ever been cleaned. I attempted to call Chairman Cosby to come out to the center and see for himself. I was unable to contact Chairman Cosby.
When did you call me, Mr. Cash?
It was probably about, I don't know, around 6 o'clock, I guess.
Well, I was at my residence and I received no calls.
Well, what I got was a busy, and I tried a couple of times and didn't make it.
Well, I've got 3 phones and I can be reached.
I only got 1 phone number. I'm not asking for excuses, Mr. Cosby. I'm telling you what condition that building was in.
I do not know about the building. I know that when we have someone out there, the building is supposed to be inspected, and it's supposed to be given all clear. And, you know, we have people that go out there and clean that building, and unless I am made aware that that building is in that kind of condition.
I'm not holding you accountable. I don't
I
mean
know, and
to.
I'm just saying that we need to know about these things.
Well,
and I appreciate you bringing this before the board
Commissioner
today.
Bozeman arrived at the center at about 6:45, so I got with her and carried her around. We did a tour of the building, and I told her I didn't think we should have to clean all that mess up. Somebody left that in a terrible mess. Now here's the thing though, and you can go out and look at it now if nothing's been done. It's my opinion that the condition of that building is not going to be cleaned up with mops and a vacuum cleaner. You're going to need some commercial equipment to get in there and take care of that. At any rate, although under normal circumstances, we would have cleaned anything that we used. All we did was set up chairs and a table, and when we got through, we took them down. Mr. Bozeman said she agreed with the fact that we should not have to clean up all that mess, and we did not clean it up. So at any rate, I'm still requesting that my deposit be refunded.
Mr. Chairman, can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
I did go out to the community center, and it was a mess. It was a mess. Where the speaker was set up behind over there, it looked like confetti had just been by the handful was thrown over in there. There was all kind of mess on the floor. I checked with Renee Monday morning to see who had rented that center last, and it was a political group that had something out there.
When we went back and I spoke with Denise and we went through the records, the last occupants were the big church, which we verified after their rental, and it was clean. Before that was the political forum, and before that was the fireman's dinner. That was the last 3 occupants of the center.
But now, which church, I mean, what did they use it for?
They just used it for a concert. They did not use the kitchen area at all.
Well, somebody used that kitchen area, because I'm telling you, there is grease on the floor, there's grease on the sinks, there's grease on the stainless steel table.
And from my
In fact,
understanding,
you could slide down out there if you just wanted to.
from my understanding, the political party did not utilize the kitchen either. So
Now, I know that on the forum that they had out there, they didn't even use the kitchen or anything.
so that was the last 3 occupants.
But I thought you told me that they had a political rally out there.
No, that was the forum. That's it.
No, I went to the forum and, I mean, it was clean.
Right.
But somebody has been in out there.
Now, who was the very last one before Mr. Cash went in?
It was the church.
Church.
Which church?
I believe it's St. John, and they didn't use the kitchen at all.
Somebody used the kitchen.
And who was the one before them? The forum?
That's correct.
And then the one previous to that?
Before that was the church, the fire department's dinner, graduation ceremony.
No, well, Mr. Todd, you were out there that night.
Yeah, I was there that night.
And there was nothing but tables set up out there.
No, it wasn't.
That didn't come from me.
But that's according to the schedule. We're back on the calendar.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to address the clerk. When you say political forum, was that the city when they had all the candidates?
That's correct, sir.
Okay. I just need a little clarity on when you said.
But after them was the St. John Church, is that correct?
After them was the fire department graduation, I believe, or before
No.
them.
No.
Before them was the graduation,
In the
the
forum.
political forum, then the church.
So actually, the church was the last one they used.
Right.
Now, who is responsible for going out after these events and checking this building to be sure that it is clean and we can return their deposit on the clean?
Ray Massey, our sanitation personnel. And in this last visit, Denise Ely assisted him. She went out with him, and they viewed the building, and it was reported back to me that the building was in good standing, other than the grease issue in the kitchen, which she brought to my attention. I think she also brought your attention to Ms. Betty about the grease in the kitchen. And we were trying to find out where that grease came from, given the fact that no one had used the kitchen. But they both went out and verified the building.
So sometime between the time they went out and looked at the building and the time Mr. Cash was there Friday night, something happened in that building.
That's correct.
That's correct.
So, and nobody knows.
Not
Who's
through
got
the-
the key to the building?
Not through this office. We have a key up here, and the other key is kept at the sheriff's department. The one that the renters actually pick up, they pick it up from the sheriff's department.
Sure, sound like we got a mystery.
Sounds like somebody didn't do their job.
Mr. Chairman, since all this was found out there, and Mr. Cash had paid that $500, I'm gonna make a motion that we return his money. It's not his fault.
I'll second that motion, and I'd like to re-innovate a little further over on the next page of our agenda. We have Health Plus. We have a lot of different people that's what I call county involvement that use the place, and we waiver the cost of that for anything that has to do with a county type function. We do that quite a bit, and I think it's only fitting and proper that anything that has anything to do with our county or our citizens or taxpayers, that they should never be in charge on that. And I know Mr. Cash well enough. I'm sure if the place had been clean, wouldn't been no question it'd been clean when they left. I'm just glad I wasn't aware of this until this morning. But I'm certainly glad y'all didn't attempt to clean up all that mess, because it was not y'all's place.
We do need to find out who was in that building, how they access that building.
Discussion, Mr. Chairman, on the motion. Is the motion for the purpose of reimbursing what percentage of costs?
All of it.
The rental of the building as
The
well?
rental of the building, everything. That's my motion.
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Yes, ma'am.
I did bring to the attention of Ms. Bozeman in reference to the carpet. I do believe that carpet is beyond
Mr.
cleaning.
Chairman, point of order. We got a motion on the table.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. And who's gonna pay for the light bill and all out there at the center? I can go along with waiving the $250 on the cleanup, because if that building was dirty, only thing I do is apologize, Mr. Cash, for the building looking like it would, because I was not aware of it. It seems that I'm gonna have to start going out to that building after the event myself and look and be sure that everything is properly in order. But,
Mr. Chairman, I can agree. No motion is on the floor, but we're still discussing it. The building was rented. The rental fee should be paid. The cleanup fee should be waived because the building was occupied and the function did go on. And I don't see why we should waive the rental costs because of the appearance of the building.
is there any more discussion?
Well, Mr. Gaines is talking about the rental fee. Of course, the fee that we charge, I don't think the light bill would be as much as the basic rental fee. What I was getting at, we have several other. We have like the chamber sometime. We have this city board thing. Health Plus is requesting use of it out here, so that's Health Plus, and I know we always waiver, the charges. Now, there may be a charge of electricity or something that we pass on to them, but I don't think we should charge to make money when it's something to do with our county people and our citizens. I know you stated who's gonna pay the light bill. Well, all these people sitting out here and many others, they pay the upkeep of the building, they pay the insurance, and they pay a lot of things on that building, whether it's ever used or not.
The only thing I'm saying, Mr. McDonald, is that there was a process, a procedure that's been established for the rental of that building. And we've had several requests to modify the charge, reduce charge, and we reduced it from $500 to $250 on both ends, the rent and the I don't know of any situation where we've just denied one or the other. What you're saying now is that we should deny the whole thing because the building was not clean, and that's just not, that's not feasible because the building was used. There's two parts. It's a rental part and it's a cleanup part. The cleanup part was not done, so, you know, I have no problem in waiving that. The rental, that part served it first, so it should not be waived. It's just my opinion.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor with a second. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
No. The rental fee will stand and the cleanup fee will be waived.
I'm sorry, son.
You just vote?
You can't vote.
Can
You
vote
can't
too.
vote.
No, you can't.
Certainly can.
No, you can't.
According to Robert Rules of Order, you
Just a
can't.
moment. Just a moment. I didn't come up here to start fighting. Now, I will get the rental fee, I don't worry about that. Just drop this thing and let it go. I've already made plans, and the rental fee will be refunded. So leave it alone.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
clarity on the motion. The motion was to refund everything. The motion did not pass. We need to make a ruling on that the motion did not pass.
Motion did not pass. So 2-2 vote, chairman voting under the Robert's Rules of Order to create a tie.
Mr. Chairman, I got one thing to say. I have been over the Robert's Rules of Order. I served 8 years as chairman of this county. Maybe it was because whatever at that time, in a different time that was going on. But I've always thought when there's 2 and 1, the 2 carried and the 1 didn't. And because if we practice that, we need a lawyer up here. If we practice that, we can sit here and deadlock everything for this county from now on. How are we going overcome all this and carry this county forward and get things back like it needs to be if we're going to deadlock every issue that comes up here on this table?
Good for you, Billy.
But I'll be honest with you, that'd be a question for the attorney, not me, and I'm not saying. But my honest thinking on it, and I'm not giving opinion because I'm not a lawyer, I'm a farmer, thank goodness. Glad that I am. But I think when it's a 2 to 1, the motion would be carried by the 2 that voted yes.
It would, Mr. McDonald.
Sir?
It would if that was left as the results of the motion. When the chair, as the chair, has the right to vote on the parliamentary procedure, he has the right to vote. He has the right to vote to make a tie. He has the right to vote to break a tie. He has the right to abstain his vote and to allow the board to make a decision or to go back and make a decision. It's all covered under parliamentary procedures, and how he chooses to exercise his vote is his discretion. And since he has the right to vote, he has the same right that each one of us have. We can do the same thing. We can vote to make a tie, or we can vote to break a tie. That's parliamentary law. We operate under Robert Rules of Order, which comes from parliamentary procedure, and that is the guidelines.
Thank you, Mr. Joe.
We can do it, I know. We can do it. We can do it, guys. Yes, you can.
He can't let any bear can.
Yeah, sure do.
She's gonna set it up downstairs.
Okay, under old business,
No, he's not mine.
Robert Steele, in the letter to Senator Crosby update. I talked to Senator Crosby last week. He said that he had taken no further action on this, that he had talked to Gretchen Corbin with the Department of Community Affairs, and that he was going to talk back to her to see if there was anything that could be done to help alleviate the flooding, not only at Mr. Steele's property, but around the county. So I'm awaiting his call back to tell me what he has found out from Ms. Corbin. And I do know that we did get a $500,000 block grant to do some road work out on Joyce Road, and we could not get that grant again for 2 years. And unless they have something else that's available for the county, we'll just have to do what we can to seek grants from other areas. But he did tell me he would call me back, and I have not heard from him as of this morning. And that's where that is. The next item is the Oxford construction reimbursement. We are obligated to return that money or pay that $2,188 back to Oxford. Since we voted earlier to suspend that building of the road, Meadows Road, it's my recommendation that we repay Oxford Construction $2,188 for the fees they paid for permits and so forth to get that road prepared to build. That's my recommendation.
Mr. Chairman, in the previous meeting, we discussed this. I made a motion that we pay Oxford. It died for lack of second. And I noted that we're going to have to pay them now, we're going to pay them later.
That's right.
So it's a debt we owe, and either we pay them or they sue us and get it. So my motion again is to pay Oxford for the service that they have rendered into the county.
Is there a second? Okay, motion dies for lack of second. New business, Georgia Department of Transportation, Biscuit 2014 Local Maintenance Improvement Grant. We'll discuss that in our workshop following, because that is a part of the workshop. Next item is SPLOST applications. Road projects to replace pipe and repair roads with storm damage. The location of these projects are P.T. Salford, Davis, Carlton, Youngblood, Oak Grove, Lower Jerry Young, New Bethel Church, Sinkville, and York Roads. The drainage system is $13,185. Recommendation that we approve this SPLOST application. Is there a motion?
Motion for approval.
Yes, sir.
Make a motion for approval.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Next item is the approval of the SPLOST application for the City of Ward for repairs to the renovation of the public service building there for the amount of $21,358.80.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the application for the senior award, the SPOS application.
Right.
Second motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Excuse me.
Ma'am?
No, I've got Billy now, so excuse me.
We continue on in our commissioner's agenda. Mr. Gaines, do you have anything?
I don't have anything at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Bozeman?
Mr. Chairman, I got 2 or 3 things here. Oh, have you heard from the governor on Mr. Sutton's resignation?
No, ma'am.
Because according to what I've been told is that when he gets it, he accepts it, he sends it down to the Board of Commissioners, and then in 30 days, we have to get with the Board of Elections to call for a special election. Now, that's what I've been told.
Well, under our enabling document, the appointment comes through the Board of Commissioners.
You know, the law changed in 1990. Legislation changed the law in 1990.
Well, that's what I read under the enabling documents, that that's where it was supposed to be, that it would be a appointment through the board. I didn't see any change, and I talked to ACCG.
I can't remember the thing, but the law did change in 1990.
Did that nullify all local enablement?
It was state legislation.
Yeah, I understand that, but we have state legislation that allows local enabling documents to still stand. Did this law change that?
According to what I've been told, it did.
We'll have to follow up on that to be sure, because
In fact, I had the law, I just don't have it with me.
we'll have to follow up on that to be sure, because we don't want to have a double standard going here.
And of course, the Board of Elections can follow up on that too.
Right.
The next thing I have, Mr. Chairman, is I'm going to make a motion that the Board of Commissioners contact Craig Wilder of Trident Insurance Services immediately and invite him to help us assess the liability of the potential claims of Anita Clem and Renee Whitney.
I will second that motion. I don't see how we, I think we can get an answer on this, hopefully. But we, at some point in time, we got to have a lawyer if we're gonna keep operating this county. It's just,
Ma'am,
I don't
could you
know what
repeat
we
that
ought to be
motion?
doing, but
Could you repeat your motion, please?
I make a motion that the Board of Commissioners contact Craig Wilder of Trident Insurance Services immediately and invite him to help us to assess the liability of the potential claims of Kenitha Clem and Renee Whitney.
And I second that motion.
Discussion. Go ahead, Mr. Chairman. We have a claim, we have an EEO charge from Ms. Kenitha Clem. According to the law, once you get a charge, then you don't deal with it. You forward it to, we forward a response, a legal response, or a response of finding back to the EEO. Once you do that, they set up a representative, then you can bargain with that representative, or you can go into litigation with that representative. As far as the board taking any action prior to that, it's out of our hands. We're not supposed to touch it until the legal representative.
Of course, Trident's going to represent us in this.
I understand that.
And if this one could be settled before it got so deep, it would be cheaper for the taxpayers out Have we already received the claim
We received
on
the email.
Kenitha?
Yes.
How come the rest of the board don't have a copy of it?
Just come into the office and was acknowledged.
I mean, you know, now this is where we create problems at this board. Is the board is not being informed of things that are coming in this office. And the board here is the one that makes the decisions.
That's true.
I don't think I ever saw that claim.
HR told me that the claim had come in. And,
Who was the thing addressed to? Was it addressed to the HR or was it addressed to the Board of County Commissioners?
Human Resource Department, that's where it came to.
Well, she should have us a copy of this stuff that we can look at.
I mean, it's available.
No, Mr. Gaines, I don't care if it's available. I want a copy. And every member of this board should get a
I'm saying
copy.
it's available, so if the board want a copy, then it's available. All you gotta do is instruct her to give it to me. There's no mystery. And furthermore, there has not, according to HR director, there has not been a claim come in for Ms. Whitby. So we don't have a claim to excess charges or damages. Maybe in the making, but it has not arrived yet.
Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I don't understand why there'd be a problem there. Trident has represented us for some time on all this. We just, a meeting so ago, took the advice of our current attorney and settled off the thing with Lou Sims' lawsuit on this. I mean, this is something that desperately and quickly needs to be addressed, so we'll have some idea what to expect or what might be fixing to happen. I don't.
But we do need a county attorney, but I have talked to 2 attorneys. One of them represents a law firm in Albany, and he lives in Columbus, and it would be the cost would be prohibitive for this county to even consider him. Talked to another attorney in Tifton, and I've talked to him. Mr. Sutton and I talked to him. Mr. Gaines talked to him. Gaines attempted to contact and has contacted you, I think, Mr. Dillon. I think you had surgery on the day that Mr. Gaines went over. I believe he's tried to contact Ms. Bozeman too. I don't know that for 100% fact,
But that's not facts.
but the attorney in Tifton would like to talk to all members of the board and get a feel for what we need over here. And I think that we should all speak to the attorney. Whether you're in favor of this attorney or not, I think you need to talk to him or talk to the law firm. And then we can bring before this board the names of the people who we think would be adequate to serve this county. And that's my recommendation on the lawyers, on the attorneys, is that we need to all talk to each and every one of these attorneys and get a feel for what they can provide to this county, because at this point in time, we need attorneys that are completely up on the law, that are county law attorneys, that realize the changes and so forth that's been made in the laws. And I think that at the earliest convenience, you and Mr. Billy should either have them come over here and meet with y'all, or y'all go to Tifton, and then we can talk to other attorneys in the area to see which one meets our needs.
And we have them in a meeting. Of course, really, we got a motion on the table and we should be discussing the attorney, right?
Right. I think the attorney kind of came up and evolved into this Trident claim. But,
Chairman, will you clarify the motion again?
our motion is to contact Craig Wilder with Trident Insurance Group to discuss Kanika Clem's claim against the county.
And
But we haven't received anything on Renee's.
that's been filed.
That is the motion. Mr. Billy, you second that, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay. I think according to what Mr. Gaines said, that we cannot take any action until we notify EEOC of supply them with apparently more information. I'm not familiar with these EEOC suits, so
Well, rest assured, they get very sticky, very, very sticky.
I understand that, but we just need to be sure we're following the proper procedures. Not just
Mr. Chairman, that was my major concern. I don't think one of us sitting up here at this table are in position to give any type of legal advice whatsoever. But